I actually have trouble with a lot of manga, and I kind of lose interest once it gets in these like 10th, 11th, 12th volumes. And Frieren started feeling that way in this volume for me. Last issue, or last volume, I should say, she went up against this demon who's like turns people to gold and is trapped in this city. And this entire beginning of the volume here is just his backstory. Now, the art's solid and all that, and in all of this. And actually, the backstory is really good. But at the same time, like, it's like I feel like the characters are being stalled in their progression, and there's no like linear path to whatever Frieren's trying to accomplish at this point. It seemed like, I mean, honestly, like what I was expecting out of the series was the beginning of it was like showing her reminiscing about the old humans and that she quested with to kill the Demon King, and how they got old and died, and she was reminiscing on like how she doesn't age like humans do. And I thought, and then there's something bad happening in the north, so you think there's some new Demon King spawning or something that she's going to have to stop, and she's going to do things differently this time and actually care about her relationships a little bit more or something like that. That's what it looked like. And then it kind of like, it was going that direction. She was assembling a party, and then it kind of stalled out, and they like went to this like mage academy for like a couple volumes, like to get a certification. And I really hated that because they were doing the like academy test thing that you see in a lot of manga tropes. You saw that a lot in My Hero Academia, and it's like, okay. And now this demon, we're getting a backstory of this demon for a while. Now this does set up the demon to be a little more interesting. So once the backstory actually gets over, which is later in the issue, they start fighting, and they fight the demon, and the demon is really, really scary. And there's a second demon kind of hanging out there that they weren't expecting to be there. And they're split up into a couple parties at this point, and you see that the mage that she's trained is having some problems with this. And there's this old man who's with them who's trained to fight this demon his entire life, and it looks like he's going to make headway against this demon. And the demon like is actually a little surprised by it. He gets turned to gold himself, but then it melts down, and it's not quite done yet. His where they're not finished with this battle here. And so this evil other demon lady, who you can see right here, is showing up and trying to like start some new sort of look at things. And here it is. Frieren actually like ditched the curse at the end of this, in theory, which is the gold one. And it looks like, the next volume is where they're actually going to solve this one. So this was really, really decompressed to spread out this storyline into like 3 volumes. And it was a little much, I thought. So the slowdown I don't like, but I did like the end of it. Like once it got past all the backstory of the demon, I was like, okay, cool, we're back into this. Maybe it'll end this volume and they'll keep moving on. Nope, we get one more volume, so they're squeezing a lot out of this, and it's because it's successful, right? The TV show is all successful, so they're going to squeeze this as long as they possibly can, it looks like. But I hope they get back on path, and I hope that this actually does come to some sort of like direction and storytelling and ending, because that would be pretty nice. I'll give this an 8 out of 10 anyway, because it's still fun. I'm complaining about it, but I still like it. It's just not a 9 out of 10. I want it to be a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10, and it's an 8 out of 10. And that's how the art's beautiful. The storytelling is actually pretty good. It's just like they're slowing things down and going on these like side quests all the time, rather than like trying to progress what feels like should have been the natural story. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.